Right. Should have enough to be able to jump into this league now. Trade binders. I don't think it'll matter if it's in the trade binder or not, but might as well throw it in there. All right. If you guys ever come down to Kansas City for whatever reason, and you're up in the morning before like 10 o'clock, highly recommend stopping by Lamar's Donuts. They're incredible. And when I mean incredible, I mean like incredible. Like probably the best I've ever tasted in my life. Super good. Yeah, this thing looks pretty dang good against most decks that I can think of that are in the format right now. There's a lot of big mana going on. And if it's against a combo deck like Storm, it'll be okay. Polluted Delta could basically be anything. Okay, it's Death's Shadow. Would be my guess. Part of me wants to try to resolve the Eidolon, the other part wants to just kill the Delver. I think I'm going to play the Eidolon, probably. I'm going to go ahead and attack first. And see if he does anything that would change my mind. You could argue I should maybe play land there, but I'm not sure if it's that important or not. Okay. Let's see if he has the days. I think he has to Force of Will this, but... Okay. So I don't think he has days, I don't think he has Force of Will, but maybe he's also just okay with Eidolon. Never lucky. But Ponder is something we want him to flip off. I'd be a little bit more disappointed if it was Fatal Push, but he probably has a Fatal Push in hand. Deal. Deal, baby. You should play a third Delver. So I will just, at this point, probably just shoot his... I'm going to think about shooting his creatures. It's interesting that he's committed the Delver, but he hasn't cast the Ponder. I see the rationale behind it, but at the same time, you're like really hoping for a blind flip. Okay, interesting. I'm probably just going to Lightning Bolt that Death's Shadow. So if he plays Daze, I can still Chain Lightning it. Sorry, just finishing up the donut. I think we just attack first. And then just throw a bunch of stuff at his face. I don't think that, I don't think there's really much anything he can do to stop us here. Probably should have thrown the Lava Spike first. So if I would have thrown the Lava Spike first, he would be at 4 right now. And we would only need the Pyroblast to resolve, technically. So, like, if he has the days, then I punted that game. He does not. Got super lucky. Played awfully, got rewarded. Did not get punished. Definitely want the other Exquisite Firecrafts. I don't know if I want the Pyrostatic Pillar or not. Because you can grow his Death Shadow with it. I'm not sure if it's good or not. Volcanic Fallout is probably pretty good against... Oh, this isn't playing for some reason. Aren't you playing, dude?
You haven't seen the sun in like forever, so you search for a beach vacation. Sunny beaches,
I don't know if they run any other threats besides Delver or not.
Searching for surfing dogs. But then you find VRBO, and they search millions of homes to find you the perfect beach house, where you all find your own rooms and a grill bigger than your kitchen back home.
Creatures, Delver of Secrets, Street Wraith, Angler, yeah. I'm not certain that bringing in Volcanic Fallout is worth it. I might just run it back exactly like this and cut maybe a Searing Blood. I could also see like a Flame Rift being cut because of Death Shadow, being able to race me probably. Could also be the Searing Blood. They don't run the Snapcasters, right? Yeah, they don't run any Snapcasters. They do have Stubborn Denial. I'll shape a Flame Rift. Like I said, not entirely sure if I'm supposed to bring in the Pyrostatic Pillar or not for this matchup. How many basics did they run? 0 basics. Alright, deal. I am all about that. Let's go ahead and run it back. I think that having the 4 Eidolons will be enough. This hand is pretty awkward. It's basically a mold of 5 with the second Fire Blast, but we'll keep it. Sure. I don't know. Maybe I was supposed to mold a 5 because I don't know if I can win with this hand because of the secondary Fire Blast. I think we'll have to like draw into a Price of Progress probably in order to get him. Delver, sure. Let's see if our Goblin Guide eats a daze or not. Okay, Bloodstone Mire. This matchup is so strange. Oh, Snuff Out. Wow, that card seems great. They're running that on the side? Or is that main board? Looks like it's one main, maybe. Yeah, that card seems insane in this deck. That sucks, man. Please hit both of our Fire Blasts. Wow, yeah, this is kind of an ideal start for our opponent. They flipped the Delver on turn 1. They had the Snuff Out for our Goblin Guide, and they have Hymn to Turok on turn 2. That makes sense. They are doing a ton of damage to themselves, so Hymn to Turok is like a lot less good when you're doing so much damage to yourself. I mean, they've already done 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is this still 4, right? Yeah, so they've already done 10 damage to themselves. So I basically have already lightning bolted them basically 3 times. Alright, that was the worst possible outcome, unfortunately. So we would like one of the Fire Blasts to get tagged, ideally 2 of them to get tagged, because then we'll be able to get the Goblin Guide in for repeatable damage. But it is what it is. we might still just get there. I think we would... Okay, Brainstorm on top, which we're fine with our opponents casting Brainstorm, because it's not really doing anything, honestly. I think what would have to happen is we'd probably have to draw a land in the next 2 turns in order to win this game, and have them not be able to block or kill our Goblin Guide, which is probably asking for a lot. I guess we could also theoretically... like, if we draw... This Rift Bolt is so awkward. If this Rift Bolt was a Lightning Bolt, or like a Chain Lightning, I think we would be a little bit better off. 3 cards in hand. He's got to have like a Fatal Push in hand, right? Or a Giant Death Shadow, yep. Well, that's not good. So if we suspend this, this still gives us the out of like hitting him with Rift Bolts. If he cracks the land, he goes down to 7, and then we can kill him with Fire Blast if we draw land. So I think he has to crack the land here since he Brainstormed, or he's going to be inclined to do that. But that gives us an out off the top of our deck, being a land. So this match has actually gotten a little bit closer, or this game has gotten a little closer than I thought it would. And he only has 2 cards in hand. He'll go up to 3. Flusterstorm is basically his best out here, I think. Because we don't really care about Daze too much. Is he going to push the Guide here? It seems like a Fatal Push. Okay. So that's going to be 11. So that means if he has a fetch land and is able to go get another Watery Grave, we would just die. No whammies, no whammies. Okay. Land off the top of the deck, baby. Come on. Land off the top of the deck, no Flusterstorm. Or like Spell Pierce, I guess. Spell Pierce for right now. And now we can just draw... Okay, I was going to say, we can just draw like a Lightning Bolt at this point. But that Hymn to Turok ended up doing us in, unfortunately. I still don't think that we need the Flame Rift or the Pyrostatic Pillar. Yeah, I think I'm just going to run it back. Yeah, this hand's fine. We kind of have to have... We kind of have to hope he has a Delver as his threat. I wonder if they keep in... Yeah, I was gonna say, they probably keep in Force of Will against us. Forcing the turn 1 Guide is... Oh, hitting it with a Daze too? Interesting. I'm not sure how keen I am with that plan. That probably means he doesn't have a Fatal Push in hand. And I wonder if this means that he has another Delver. And I also wonder how slow I can play this game. Because... Okay, I was gonna say, if he plays Delver here, I feel like he has another Daze. Because he just pitched a Daze. I think I'm just gonna, like, ram out the, think about ramming out this Flame Rift. Because he's got the Watery Graves, so... he's be doing damage to himself anyways. Chooses not to shuffle. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take it slow. I think we have enough burn in hand to kill him based on what his own deck does to him. We just need to make sure that as much of it resolves as possible. So even if he plays Delver here, yep, I'm not gonna go for it. If he cracks, I might go for it at that point. Yeah, I'm gonna try and nail it now. If he has the next Daze, that's fine. But this is probably our best chance of getting this Delver off the table. He does have the Daze. Okay. That's really unfortunate. Maybe I should have waited. He might just be playing another Delver out. Okay, so he's going to make sure his Delver flips. The good news is getting Dazes out of their hand makes Price of Progress quite a bit better. Chooses to shuffle. Okay. Come on, some burn. Alright, that's a good one. I'm just going to run out this... Do I want to run out the Flame Rift now and let him... I don't think I do. I think I want to just probably Price of Progress him next turn. Maybe. I don't know. Because if I Flame Rift him, that lets him Death Shadow quite comfortably. So we'll just see what happens. Like, if he fetches and shocks down to 12 and plays, like, a Death Shadow out... Okay, so he's got Fatal Push. We don't want to draw any more creatures then. At least not when he has black mana up. For him to just easily kill them. Is he delving? That sucks. Yeah. Hurt yourself. Yes. Okay, now we've got a race. It's pretty good. If he flips this to a Force of Will, or a Daze, I'm going to want to just slam this. Okay, he does not flip it. Good. Okay. Cool. I think that we're going to be okay. We'll see. Okay, any burn spell off the top, possibly any creature if he just attacks with everything. Okay, so we're live to creatures now. He doesn't have a land in his deck he can play that produces black mana that doesn't cost him a life, so... Come on, any creature. Alright. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Just... Oh yeah, there's nothing he can do. Sweet. Ended up getting there. Even though I did not play the best in game 1, we ended up getting there. I'm kind of surprised that they don't have a friendly league for Legacy, but at the same time it kind of makes sense with the amount of players that play Legacy. We've won the die roll again, which is nice. Yeah, this hand looks pretty good. Go ahead and keep it. Especially going first. Oh man. Like if her opponent just leads with a Delver of Secrets or Mother of Runes. This hand looks pretty good. Okay. Might be a Mother of Runes. Wow. What a beating. What a beating this Searing Blood is going to be. Okay. GG. The downside to this is if he follows up with Thalia, it can be kind of annoying, but we can still attack through Thalia, so it won't be too big of a deal, but we just don't have a way to get her off the board if we want to. I don't even know if we would get Thalia off the board at this point, honestly. So, let's see if he's got Thalia. Sylvan Library, deal. Sign me up. Sign me up for Sylvan Library. I don't know if I want to... I kind of want to Price of Progress right now in, like, Lava Spike as well. So that would be 7 plus 3. And we just Fire Blast kill him. Okay. Yeah. Turn 3 kill, BB. Oop. Welcome to Legacy, son. Okay, so Maverick. I want to take in some amount of Smash against them. I'm not sure if they're playing Aether Vial. I don't think most Maverick players play Aether Vial anymore. Volcanic Fallout could be pretty good. The problem is their main beater is going to be Knight of the Reliquary. I think Sulfuric Vortex is probably fine as well. Don't know if they... I mean, there's like so many random green creatures like Skoos that they can run that gain them life that they can just find with the Silver Bullet card that I think we want that. So I'm going to bring in 2 Smash because they usually do run, I think, 2 Stoneforge Mystics and then like Batterskull and Umezawa's Jit. I'm not going to bring in Leyline of the Void until I know that they're heavy on some sort of graveyard shenanigans. So like if I see multiple Scavenging Oozes or if I see something else that relies on the graveyard, I might bring it in, but I don't think that you should bring in Graveyard Hate against Maverick most of the time. I kind of want to cut Flame Rift because they can race pretty quickly with Knight of the Reliquary, and we can't really answer Knight of the Reliquary very easily short of like Fire Blasting it early, or maybe they're like reckless and we are able to Lightning Bolt it. But I think we want to cut that. And I think we can cut an Eidolon since we're going second. Searing Blood is pretty dang good. We want to have access to Smash the Smithereens just because they'll have access to Batterskull. Maybe we just shave down to 1 since they're not that reliant. Let's try just the 1 and maybe we just keep the Eidolon main. We don't have a lot to deal with Maverick in our sideboard, but I don't think that it's that bad of a matchup because they're usually pretty weak to Price of Progress. We will keep this hand. This hand's pretty good. We've got some good interaction, and we have some recurring damage. They mulligan to 5. They put 1 card on top. This is looking like a turn 2 Thalia hand to me. If that's the case, the Sulfuric Vortex won't be coming down for a while. That's okay. Next turn, if they play Thalia, we'll just play Swift Spear, suspend Rift Bolt, and then use the Rift Bolt to kill the Swift Spear. Unless they play Karakas, in which case, you know, they got us. But we'll see what happens. Okay, so they are playing around... Yep, there's Thalia. They are playing around Price, which makes me think they probably don't have a Wasteland in hand at the moment, but we'll see. I should have attacked with the first Swift Spear there. I missed a point of damage there. That was reckless. The reason why is because he can't effectively call that I don't have Lightning Bolt in my hand, or that I don't have some way of punishing him for blocking with Thalia. So, oh, well that's getting shot down. I think what we're going to do since he's on the mulligan is I'm just going to play Shoot Down Your Creatures game. So we'll shoot the Thalia, and then the Sulfuric Vortex will deal the last points of damage, probably. That's a nice one. And we'll Chain Lightning, Knight of the Reliquary, and then we'll Lava Spike his face, and just get in a ton of damage with these Swift Spears. Lava Spike you, and then next turn we play Sulfuric Vortex, and that's probably just going to be the game, but we'll see. The Searing Blood is also an incredibly good draw. The problem with Sulfuric Vortex is they do have ways of dealing with it. They usually run, I think, one Qasali Pride Mage or like one Rex Sage, some way of dealing with enchantments and artifacts, because they've got, what's it called? If this is another Knight, I'm all about that, because we've got Searing Blood to kill it and trade off a Swift Spear. Punishing Fire, okay. Sure. Okay, you go down to 3, and then this Lava Spike just kills you even if you remove this Sulfuric Vortex. So you have to remove the Sulfuric Vortex and gain some amount of life. Cool. Alright, seems like it's a pretty easy matchup, but I mean, he also mulliganed to 5, and he didn't really have any choice of, like, he had to play the Nether Relic right there. It was just, if I had Chain Lightning or Lightning Bolt, it was going to die. It was basically what he was saying, and I agree with his play, so. That's what's so great about the multiple Swift Spear hands, is when they mulligan and they have creatures that are boltable, you can just play the tempo game with them. We've won so many die rolls today, this is great. Yeah, we'll keep this. This hand's pretty absurd. Goblin Guide, go. Preordain, deal. If this is Storm, we're super happy with this hand. Our sideboard is probably weak to Storm overall, I would say. So I'm just going to go ahead and attack with this Goblin Guide, get a little bit more information on what our opponent's playing. For example, if we see like Daze on top of their deck, we might not play Eidolon. Okay, it's just another Preordain. A little surprised he did not Preordain that turn though, so he might just have like Spell Snare randomly, but I'm going to throw down this Eidolon because there's a better chance he's on Storm and just loses to Eidolon than him having Spell Snare in his deck. Miracles? Does Miracles play Preordain? I didn't think that they did. Huh. Alright. Puts 2 cards on the bottom. Hopefully doesn't find swords, but even if he does, that's fine. Wow, okay. This is great. I have no idea what we're playing against. This could be like a land still deck, maybe. I don't know what deck plays Preordain that would be blue and white. Unless it's just like a tech kind of a thing. So let's just go ahead and jam dudes at him. Another Preordain. I'm starting to think this is like High Tide or something, honestly. And then just Chain Lightning you. So he's going to Force of Will this. Okay. At that point, I'm just going to save this Lightning Bolt. There might be like some random creature I need to bolt. Maybe he's a Stoneblade deck, which is running Preordain for some reason, and I might just want to shoot the Stone Forge Mystic for some reason, or at least have the option of doing that. I was going to Lightning Bolt him on his upkeep to make him die to the Eidolon, basically, but now we've got the bolt. So, see, by doing this, we're kind of like hiding how much information we have by not just throwing the Chain Lightning at his face, because he might be like, oh, maybe he just doesn't have another bolt, I'm going to go for it, I go down to 3, in response I bolt you. You know, that it's a small percentage, but I think that it's worth it. We're going to bring in Pyro Stag Pillar, because he obviously wants to cantrip a bunch. Probably Exquisite Firecraft. For the heck of it, it might be way too slow against a combo deck, though. Yeah, I'm actually going to shave that, because I think it's probably too slow against a combo deck. I'll cut his Searing Blood. I have no idea what he's on. At all. I think that there's a higher chance that we can deal with like a Stoneforge Mystic some other way than with that. If he is Storm, do we want to bring in Smash the Smithereens? Because if they get greedy and like play their Lion's Eye Diamond out early, you can theoretically hit their Lion's Eye Diamond with a Smash, which I've done one time. The one time I brought it in, I was able to do it, but I don't know. Volcanic Fallout could be interesting if he's some sort of creature deck that just didn't show me any creatures for some reason. I think I'm just going to leave in Exquisite Firecraft. Just the one copy. Because if he is Miracles, and he's just running a ridiculous amount of cantrips that, I don't know, just like don't really help set up miracles very easily, then I would rather have that. But I think it's a Storm deck. I'm gonna go ahead and mulligan as well and try to look for like an Eidolon. Okay, we'll keep this hand. Like I said, still no idea what's playing. Perfect. This hand looks great, honestly. Okay, there's a Ponder. We're gonna feel a little silly if he is on miracles. And we didn't bring in our anti-miracle cards, but it is what it is. Chooses to not shuffle. We might just be dead, maybe. Okay, let's see what goes next. Flooded Strand. So still a sign of either miracles or maybe some weird Hide Tide list that has sideboard white cards that they can tutor for with their multiple tutor effects that they run. EE for 1. Deal. Deal, baby. Deal. So, I don't think that he's going to do anything to this Swift Spear, but I'm going to go ahead and attack first in case he just decides to Swords to Plowshares it. I'd rather him hit this than Swords my Eidolon, obviously. That being said, I don't think he's going to do that based on the EE, but we're going to go ahead and throw out this Eidolon. No idea what counter spells he's playing, but he seemed pretty weak to it in game 1. Okay, fetches. What are you going to get? Oh, Price is something we probably should have taken out, actually. Just because he probably doesn't run that many. What's it called? Non-basics. I'm making crack this now. Okay. I guess I'm gonna Lava Spike no matter what, so I missed a point of damage there. Okay, so opponent should effectively be at 10, which is definitely frustrating because he's gonna crack the Scalding Tarn probably. That's gonna suck. This is not a card you should bring in against Burn, in my opinion. You're paying 3 mana to deal with a creature, you know. Okay. I'm gonna keep playing Mountains just because of Fire Blast. But hopefully we draw into some more damage here soon. I feel like he's gonna crack this Scalding Tarn here pretty soon. And I'm thinking, because of the Engineered Explosives, this is probably Miracles at this point, and the Swords to Plowshares. I just don't know why they're running so many Preordains. Maybe that's the new Miracles tech. Let's check it out. Oh, they do run 3 Preordains. Okay. Yep, this is Miracles. Okay, well, that's something. You should play Karakas in your deck, Mr. Miracles guy. So if all of our stuff resolves, we're able to do 8 damage to him right now, which is honestly asking a lot. If once he plays Jace, I'm going to use my Price of Progresses regardless of how many lands he has, probably, just to get the damage across, because I don't know that we need to be waiting on these forever. Basic Island, go. Volcanic Island. Yep, that's a good one to be in. Flusterstorm, maybe? No, we're forcing him to crack his fetches. Duh. That's fine. That is fine. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to store up spells in our hand, but, well, I'm going to throw this now. So I just don't think he has a 2-drop on top of his deck unless it's Predict, basically. Okay, well, he's going to be able to put a Predict on top, but I don't know if we can just play around Brainstorm ever, you know? Gum to 3. Now we just need to store up a bunch of spells in our hand and go off as soon as he, like, brainstorms or something like that. Right, there's Jace. So if I draw... Okay, I was gonna say, okay, that sucks. Yeah, we might just get locked out right now. So he has no idea what's on top. I'm just going to run out the Swift Spear now. He has to blind flip, I believe. Force of Will. Deal. Okay, so now Price of Progress kills him. That fetch land isn't going to do him a lot of good. He does have a Force of Will that he's going to be able to use. He's got a Snapcaster Mage in hand as well, I believe. So we're not going to attack into the Snapcaster Mage. Brought in Council's Judgment against me too? I guess that makes sense for the enchantment I should have brought in. So we know he has Snapcaster Mage in hand, is that right? I'm gonna hold on to this Fire Blast. What is this? Ult 12. Maybe I should have thrown the Fire Blast there. But I'm pretty sure he has a Snapcaster Mage in hand. This holds a Force of Will. Try to Lava Spike this guy. If he goes for Snapcaster to try and Brainstorm here, I will throw the Fire Blast at his face. So he's basically deciding, do I use the Snapcaster here as a guaranteed way of stopping this Lava Spike from happening? I think that the answer is yes. Gonna make him cast the Brainstorm first. And in response to him casting the Brainstorm, I'm going to Fire Blast him. So now he has to have Terminus on top of his deck, basically. Or have blue card in his hand and Force of Will, which he does have Force of Will, so he has to have a blue card. Alright, Scalding Tarn on top. Come on, baby, die. Just die to Fire Blast. Woohoo! Wow, we've gotten so lucky this league. That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. We got lucky that game because we didn't realize he was on Miracles, or I didn't realize he was on Miracles. I didn't realize that they played Preordain. I thought that everyone was running like for Portent. That must be, people must be shaving on Portent for Preordain. I knew that they were running Accumulated Knowledge over Predict now, but that's interesting. Yeah, we got super lucky with, drawing well, even though he was Jace Fate Sealing us. So I think that after 3 wins, I think you get your entry fee back, basically, right? So if you can go 3-2, you basically, I think you get your win back, and like you get like 2 chests or something. So you break a little bit more than even, which makes sense. I mean, if you go 50-50, that should theoretically be breaking even, and 3-2 is better than 50-50. So far the deck list has felt pretty solid as far as the land count. We haven't really gotten mana screwed either way, or mana flooded. The only time that mana was an issue was when we randomly discarded one of our mountains to a Hint of Turok and then just didn't draw another one. It's cool seeing these names and like knowing who some of the people are. That's for sure. Wow, we won the die roll again, and we've got another great hand, so we'll keep this. Let's see what we're playing against here. Flame Rift is obviously a lot better when you have Swiftspear in play on turn 1. Is this Storm? Yeah, this is feeling like Storm. That sucks. Had to run into a hard matchup at some point. But Flame Rift is pretty good against Storm. Price of Progress is as well. I assume he takes the... Okay, as I say, I assume he takes the price, but maybe he's just making my mana awkward for this turn, which makes sense as well. I'll just spike you. Pretty good draw. I mean, everything in our deck was a good draw, basically, at that point, besides, like, another land. Like, even Rift Bolt is still a fine draw there. Yeah, we're probably just dead. Good news is, we do have a very fast kill. Like, we're gonna hit him for 6 next turn, and then probably just kill him with Price of Progress the next turn, plus... You know, like, so let's say, is there any way we can kill him this next turn? Exquisite Firecraft you and Fire Blast you? Nope, that doesn't do it. That would be 1 short. Yeah, there's no way we can kill him next turn. Maybe it would be 7, 9, 10, yeah. That would be the way to do the most damage, would be drawing Fire Blast, and that would... I would maybe do that if it was Storm, just because that turns off a fetch land for him. So I think that if I do draw Fire Blast, I'm probably just throwing that at him, because I'll be able to do the last point of damage with Swiftspear. So that's probably our best draw, would be Fire Blast at this point, I would guess. Okay, well that's not great. I'll just Firecraft you. Make your Ad Nauseam really bad, at least. Okay, I don't want to auto-yield anymore because I want him to be scared of Fire Blast. So I'm clicking this to show him that I can pay costs, basically. So maybe he'll think that I have Fire Blast, and maybe he'll be scared to crack a fetch land or something. But it's just jockeying, obviously. He probably just goes and gets like a basic island here, so he just doesn't die to Price of Progress. I have to like draw an actual burn spell to kill him. Okay, well, that's probably bad news for us. So that Thoughtseize, yeah, we're just probably dead. Just probably dead. But he also is priced into like going off on this turn, so maybe he's just trying to get me to concede. What if he's just Tendrilsing for life right now? That'd be pretty good. So now he has Threshold. Okay, crack Lion's Eye Diamond. Yep. Go get another Infernal Tutor, and then Infernal Tutor all the way down until you get to Tendrils, basically. Would be my guess, but I'm sure other Storm players might see a better line than that. See, he did have a Polluted Delta, so he's short 1 mana right now. Okay, yeah, Past in Flames, that makes sense. So now he just goes and gets another Infernal Tutor here in a second after he casts this next spell. Actually, he doesn't even need to. You can just cast Infernal Tutor right now and then just kill me with Tendrils. Okay. Sure, man. Go crazy. Okay, minus Exquisite Firecraft, minus the Searing Bloods. We could bring in Leyline of the Void if we want to, but I'm not sure. Could bring in some Smash to Smithereens to force him to pop his Lion's Eye Diamond before he wants to, but I don't think that. I think that's a little risky. I'm gonna shave on Price of Progress here and probably bring in 3 Leylines, I think. Let's look at the list. We want Fire Blast for speed. Yeah, I think this is fine. Yeah, I think it's just... See, the question with, like, Smash is, like, yes, it's not ideal to bring in against them, but maybe the reason you're bringing it in is because it's just so hard to win the game against Storm anyways, unless you have like an Eidolon or a Pyrostatic Pillar, and they don't A, have Thoughtseize on turn 1, or like Cabal Therapy on turn 1, or B, don't have Chain of Vapor in their hand already. So you see what I'm saying? Like, Smash you might have to lean on them like playing LED early, basically, is what I'm saying. Maybe the matchup is just that bad. I don't know. I like bringing in Leyline, though, to cut off, because the only way they're going to be able to get like more land or more cards in hand is by going through Ad Nauseam. So I think that bringing in Leyline to cut off the Past in Flames route is probably a good idea. I don't think it's great, but it's kind of the same as Smash of Smithereens, where it's like, well, you know, we're already like 35% to win these kind of things, usually, it seems like. And like, yeah, we have a great hate card in Eidolon, but that's like saying Thalia is a great hate card against Storm. It's like, yeah, if everything goes well, it's great, and they can't win through it, but not everything is going to go well, except for this hand, of course. Chain Lightning, you nerd. Alright, if you have Cabal Therapy, I lose. If you don't, I might win. Please don't Cabal Therapy me. Please don't. BB boy, which one do you want? Throw that guy down. Fatal Push or Assassin's Trophy. It's just like, oh no! Yeah. Abrupt Decay, my dude. Abrupt Decay. Beautiful. If we draw a Burn Spell at the top, we probably win this game. Just because I don't know if he's going to be able to answer this Eidolon. Hopefully he shuffles here. If we can get him down. Get him down to like just drawing Lightning Bolt range would be great. So if we draw a Burn Spell next turn, he'll be taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and be going down to 5, basically. And at that point, even removing the Eidolon is dangerous. Okay, that's a good one. I don't think I want to cast it yet. I kind of want to hold on to it because he might be priced into going with an Ad Nauseam or something like that next turn. But actually, I don't think he can even do that. So at that point, is it worth the extra damage if I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, putting him down to 4? I don't think that it is. Because we have nothing to, like, bluff anymore at that point. I don't know. We'll just see what happens. I don't think that it's worth throwing away 2 of my lands. If he Thoughtseizes me here, I'll obviously Fire Blast him at that point. I mean, Thoughtseize is dealing 4 damage to him, and then so is Fire Blast, and then he's not going to be able to do anything. So there's some world where he has to play a fetch land here, crack, try to remove Eidolon, kill him with Fire Blast, and we just scoop up the game real quick. Woo, got there, fam. Alright. That was basically the ideal hand against them. I don't think we could have asked for anything better. We're gonna go with it again. It's matches like this where I like really want another Pyrostatic Pillar in the sideboard, but at the same time, the third Pyrostatic Pillar is only really good against. We'll see what he does here. If he mulligans, I'll probably keep this. If he doesn't, I don't know. Well, I'll probably keep it anyways. Yeah, because he can probably just go off on turn 2 in a lot of instances. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, we'll keep this. The third Pyrostatic Pillar, or the 7th Eidolon effect, is only really good against Storm, basically, when they can rip them all out of your hand or bounce them back to your hand. So, otherwise, it's just a sideboard slot that's not great. Okay, he's kept 5, put 1 card on the bottom. Oh, I'm liking this a lot. I'm liking this a ton. Let's go ahead and suspend that. Hopefully we just slam Eidolon and win this game. No land, no land. I don't think they have that many lands in their deck. Alright. Man, we're getting so lucky this league. No land, no land, no land. Yeah, baby! Alright. We're gonna hold on to this lightning bolt for a little bit. I think he'll probably concede if he doesn't find land here. This is his last turn to do much of anything, and he basically has to have land plus way to get rid of Eidolon, but then I just slam it back down. Like, he has to have land plus Fatal Push, basically, so it has to be a Black Source. And that puts him down to 6, probably, because he's probably going to fetch for a Black Source. And probably about to get a little message down here, I would think. Jeez, super unlucky on my opponent's part. Wow, just beat Storm. That is insane. Why no 4th Leyline? Because I don't think that it's powerful enough. So I really don't want to open 2 in my hand. I honestly probably don't even want to open with 1 in my hand a lot of the time. The only reason I brought it in is there's a lot of cards in the deck that just don't do very much, like Searing Blood and Exquisite Firecraft being super slow. That if I'm gonna race him, I need to have a lot of 1-drops, a lot of 2-drops, just to do as much damage as possible. And if I open with a hand that has like 2 ley lines, no creature at all, or like just too many lands, it's not going to do very much of anything. So I don't think that the 4th Leyline, I don't think the Leyline is going to stop Storm because they're already bringing in Chain of Vapor. I think all it's doing is giving them an extra check mark to get through. So if that extra check mark is just, you have infinite turns because your opponent kept an off land that only had like 1 ley line or 2 ley lines or something like that in it, you just need to find like your Echoing Truth, or you need to find your, like double Chain of Vapor, or like Assassin's Trophy or whatever they're running. We're not going to present enough hate to race them to checking off the list of all of their grocery things they need to do before they can kill me. So I think that it's fine because they showed us Past in Flames, and it does cut that off to where if we get them down to, like, say 8 before they can storm off, you know, maybe Ad Nauseam kills them before they can find what they need. So that was the idea, is Past in Flames lets them Ad Nauseam without having to Ad Nauseam, basically, without having to pay the life. So cutting that angle off is probably okay, but it's not as game-winning, to where I think that the extra ley line is merited, really. Oh, we didn't win this die roll. So unlucky. We only won 4 out of the 5 die rolls. That sounds awful. This is the only bad hand we've drawn all tournament long. This is fine. We'll keep this one. I'm not excited because we don't have a creature, but I think we've had a creature like every single one as well. If this is a slow game, okay, it's gonna be a slow game. We can probably do just fine with this hand. Let's go ahead and throw this Lava Spike upstairs. We'll be bolting the Thalia that comes down next turn, maybe. Because he's got the Rashad import. And a lot of the stuff in my hand is sorcery or destroy all of your lands. So I think that we have to... Oh, deal. Deal, BB. Give me a creature off the top. Give me a creature off the top. You won't. You're too scared to give me a creature. Let's have this for red. I'm not going to use the mana for anything. Boom. Lava Spike you. Good at this game. Wasteland. Deal. What are we playing against? Is this like colorless Eldrazi or something? This is so strange. No land. Boop. We'll tap that. Deal. So how scared are we of like a Thought-Knot Seer coming down? You know? Like this has gotta be Death and Taxes, right? So Thought-Knot Seer is pretty annoying, but my gut is telling me that this is Death and Taxes. We'll see. Might just get punished. Might just get punished. Alright, Maze of Ith is pretty good, turns out. Yeah, you got it, baby. Okay. I think that this allows me to not take damage from my Eidolon this turn. All combat damage. Brutal. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So if he does play Thought-Knot Seer, I will just Fire Blast it, I think. Actually, maybe not. I might just throw a Chain Lightning at it when he blocks. What are we doing? This is so weird. This is so weird. Is this like is this a lands deck that just kept... That's gotta be what this is, right? Tap this. Tap this below for mana. I have no idea what's going on. Sure. Oh, brilliant. That's good. That's really good on your part, man. So we have him dead next turn. Well, not anymore. What is going on? Sure. Okay, so if he plays anything that does damage to him, he's just dead. This point. I'm not going to bother throwing out the other Eidolons, but I am going to go ahead and attack with them, make sure that he doesn't miss his Maze of Ith triggers. Okay, so if you ever cast anything, you're just dead. What is going on? What is going on? It's so weird. Sure, man. I'm so, like, apprehensive to play this third Eidolon I've got. Make him do his job. I have no idea what's going on. I think we got him. If he plays Chalice on 3, I can get there. Okay. Can you please just die now? He's gonna have some way to randomly deal me 6. I'm just gonna cry. Take that. Because I am gonna actually Fire Blast him right now, so I'm just gonna actually tap it in this time. Probably should have turned the auto yield off of that. Get there. Yay! What is your deck doing? It seems really weak to Price of Progress, and probably Sulfuric Vortex. I don't think I want Firecraft because he's got a lot of Rashad imports, and I don't know if I want Searing Blood or not. So with all of that being said, I think he's probably got Chalice in his deck. Bring in 2 smashes preemptively. And I'm probably going to cut... a Goblin Guide. The reason that I want to cut the Goblin Guide is that, like, let's say theoretically I turn 1 play Swiftspear, and turn 2 he plays Chalice on 1. I can at least use the spells that have 1 to make Swiftspear bigger than the Goblin Guide, and if he's playing a lot of lands, Goblin Guide's going to be drawing him a lot of cards. So I think that shaving the Goblin Guide is correct there, probably. He didn't play much of anything, so I'm not sure about Eidolon. But it is a 2 CMC spell. I think because he showed me so much brown mana, I'm probably going to bring in a 3rd Smash, and let's just run it like this. We just kind of want to find maybe the 1, but he looks like he's some sort of weird prison deck. Okay, this hand's fine. We can Lightning Bolt super quickly, just get him out of the hand, and then we don't have any 1 CMC spells in our hand anymore. I mean, I'll keep. Like I said, I have no idea what I'm playing against, and this hand is fine. Oh, is this like Cloud Post or something? Yep, it's just a weird lands hand. Okay, that is bizarre, my man. Well, Smash is looking a lot worse against the not so mono brown list or deck, but we don't have it in the hand right now, which is nice. I think this is probably a pretty good matchup as long as they don't have Glacial Chasm. But they have, like, a very good chance of finding Glacial Chasm. So, the other thing is, we know he's playing... Okay, well, that sucks. Actually, no, it doesn't, because we can just Lightning Bolt in response to that. I was going to say, we know that he's playing ways to stop my creatures from doing damage, like Maze of Ith. So I think I'm actually going to get as much prowess damage in as I can, because we don't know how much longer the Swiftspear is going to be around. So hopefully he doesn't have another land in hand, because this would be great for us. Thespian Stage, Mox Diamond. What did you get rid of? Barbarian Ring. So you're just top decking now, probably. And you're just copying a Rashad You're copying a forest. What is going on? I think we might be able to get this. That's going to help a lot. Bolt you. Like I said, just trying to get in as much damage as we can with the Swiftspear while we can get it in. Put him down to 9. Just try to kill him as fast as possible. We also don't know if he's running Chalice. I don't think he is because he's lands. But it's probably just best to be safe at this point. The main thing we're worried about is getting Dark Depths to death. So what we're going to do is just... Sure, that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and suspend these now while I have the mana. I think that it's just fine to do that. Go ahead and attack in. And then if I Fire Blast, I can deal him 6 damage, and then one of the Rift Bolts is enough to kill him. So I think that's fine. So, if we had cast the Rift Bolts first, we might have been able to kill him, but at the same time, I think this is good. Woohoo! 5-0, baby! Alright, that's what I'm talking about. Wow. That feels good, man. Feels good. Okay, let's go over the deck list real quick. It's like a pretty typical Legacy Burn deck. The Ley Lines weren't actually necessary. That was the main card I decided to run for this league, just because graveyard decks have been popping up quite a bit as far as Legacy is concerned right now. Like, you've got Dredge at 5% of the metagame about. You've got Manaless Dredge at 2.5%, and you've got Reanimator at about 3%. So, and those are all in the top, what, 15? So, I think that's enough of a reason to run the Ley Lines. I don't think you want to bring in Ley Lines against lands, which is still at 1.5% of the metagame right now, just because... actually, maybe you do. I'm not sure. The main reason you would is because Life from the Loam can technically dredge over Glacial Chasm and find Glacial Chasm for them. The thing is they're only running 1 Glacial Chasm, and they've already got 3 gambles, 4 crop rotations to go find it. So I just don't think you want to bring it in. You're not really scared of Punishing Fire. You're not really scared of... The only thing you're scared of, like, from an early Life from the Loam is them finding the Dark Depths combo super quickly and, like, having a, what's it called? Exploration or, like, Mana Bond in play to be able to get it online quickly. But really, realistically, they're killing you through Glacial Chasm, like, locking you out of the game, basically. So, that's the only card that I think that we're super worried about from them, so I don't think we want to bring in Leyline against lands. Otherwise, I mean, we shaved on the Searing Bloods and it paid out for us. There were times that we had Flame Rift in hand that we were glad it was Flame Rift instead of Searing Blood. Where if it was Searing Blood, like I was running 2 or 3 weeks ago, we would have probably maybe lost that game, depending on. The sideboard felt fine. Really liked that we were running this Exquisite Firecraft main, and that we were running another one in the sideboard. Like I said, this is kind of the 16th sideboard card that we cut the 20th land for. In general, the Exquisite Firecraft is fine. It's really slow, but it's good at doing what it does, which is getting past counterspells. I think you do want to have at least 2 total in your 75. Didn't end up being Volcanic Fallout. The main reason we decided for Volcanic Fallout is it's kind of like Searing Blood in the fact that it's doing a very similar job. You're not really bringing it in against Miracles, necessarily. The only reason you would is if you knew that they were on the Monastery Mentor package, and that was like their ideal hope for beating you, was getting out of an early Monastery Mentor. So I could see you doing it for that. But in general, against Miracles, I think that most of the time you're going to be fast enough against them, and like Sulfuric Vortex is probably the card you're going to want to see over Volcanic Fallout. Ended up beating Storm, got super lucky against them, opponent got mana screwed, and then in game 2 we had like the ideal opener with like double Eidolon, Leyline of the Void to stop them from using Pass and Flames, and I think we drew a Swiftspear and like some of the burn spell to kill them. So, yeah, it went well. I don't think I'm going to open up these treasure chests. I think I'm probably going to sell those just to keep funding leagues. Hope you guys enjoyed watching the stream. This will be going up on YouTube. Let's see, I guess I'll have to actually create a YouTube channel for that. I'll post my YouTube channel somewhere on Twitch. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.